Christian McCaffrey, last year's Heisman runner-up, and this week, USC's biggest nightmare. McCaffrey tore up the Trojans last year, and I'm joined by Paolo Uggetti to help break down how good McCaffrey is and who on USC needs to step up in order to slow him down. Paolo, thanks for joining me.
Thanks for having me.
Like I said, Christian McCaffrey, one of the best players in college football last year, arguably should have been the Heisman winner, and he specifically tore up USC.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, with some players, you can tell how good they are by the stat sheet. Some players, you can tell how good they are by the eye test. So with McCaffrey, it's really both. And last season, he broke Barry Sanders' all-purpose yardage record. And a big part of why he did that, or how he did that, was the 2 games against USC. 721 all-purpose yards combined. He really is the Trojan killer. He was able to beat them in the punt return game, the kickoff return game, in all facets of the game. He was dominating the Trojans' defense.
Yeah, I mean, he even had a passing touchdown in the Pac-12 championship. So obviously, he's dynamic from all parts of the field. And Coach Clay Helton actually spoke after practice yesterday about why Christian McCaffrey is so tough to defend.
Christian McCaffrey, I think, is dynamic, as we all know. His ability right now to be able to run the ball, be a returner, and then, be a receiver, not only out of the backfield, but they're actually using him in slot receiver positions, outside receiver positions. He's all over the place, so it's kind of like finding Waldo. Where's he at? And you have to be able to locate him.
So one of the big reasons Christian McCaffrey is so tough to defend is because he's moved around all over Stanford's offense. But a couple guys on USC's defense we're going to need to step up are Cam Smith and Porter Gustin. Paolo, what makes these guys so important?
Well, with McCaffrey specifically, you can only hope to contain him. And I think the 2 ways that USC is going to have to go about doing that is first in the backfield, and that's where Porter Gustin comes in, with him rushing off the end. If he can get there in the backfield quickly enough, he can stop McCaffrey before he gets going. But if he does get out on the field, which is kind of a given, that's where Cam Smith and the linebacking core has to go and tackle him, bring him down, and make sure he doesn't get going and rip out those long runs that could really hurt USC. Cam obviously leading the team with 22 tackles, and Porter leading the team in tackles for loss and in sacks. So both of these guys are going to be very key Saturday's possible win.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be a group effort bringing down a guy so good like McCaffrey. So along with Cam Smith, like you said, the rest of the linebacking crew, along with safety Chris Hawkins, is going to be another player it's going to need to really key in on McCaffrey in order to slow him down.
Yeah, and it's important to note that against Alabama, though the defense did give up 52 points, they did contain Calvin Ridley. And last week against Utah State, they contained their star running back, Devontae May. So USC's defense under Clancy Pendergast has been able to limit the #1 option on the opposite team.
Yeah, it's sort of in a Bill Belichick-esque system where they really key in on the opposing #1 option and try to let the other more role players beat them. But along with Cam Smith and Porter Gustin, another linebacker that's going to be important in slowing down Christian McCaffrey is USC captain Michael Hutchings. And Connor McGlynn is talking to him now.